Chief, walk us back a couple of steps. What was the reason that MDC, what was the reason that MDC chose to discontinue using methadone to treat substance abuse addictions?
There were a number of criteria that I was using. Again, when I first became aware of the program, I thought that we were the only jail facility in the country that had such a program. I then learned after the fact that there's a jail in New York that does the same thing. So, you know, it's just unheard of. At 3,400 jails across the country, why is MDC one of two jails that has this program? And then, you know, looking at the inmates that come into the facility in the program, I mean, they're repeat offenders. And so for a program that's supposed to reduce recidivism and keep offenders from committing crimes to support their habit, it didn't seem to justify its existence. And then I do agree with the folks that say it's a good treatment program in the community, and I think that's where people make the mistake. It's an effective community program. To make it a jail-based program doesn't really work, because eventually you have to go out back into the community. So, and that was my kind of resolution, is to anybody that wants to continue the program after release, they can, you know, get into methadone clinics throughout the city. You know, but
were you surprised by how much pushback you have now gotten from the community by making the policy decision to discontinue methadone in the jail?
Yeah, I was surprised by that. I mean, again, I think that a lot of that's our fault, that people don't really understand how to change behavior in a jail setting. You know, and that research is fairly new. We've just been looking at jail reentry for about 6 years now. And so, but all that research says that you have to have programs in the community, not jail-based programs.
Or is there a concern, because this is some of the concern that I'm hearing tonight, is that if we discontinue methadone at the MDC, that when you release these people back into society, they're still going to be on heroin, they're still going to have their substance abuse problem, and the whole intent or the whole goal of a jail is to get people back on the streets in a better shape than when they came in, that you won't be able to fulfill that goal.
Well, quite honestly, with the other inmates that have drug problems in the facility, we release them every single day. And I do agree there's not adequate support in the community to keep them from continuing a life of drug addiction. You know, but again, that confirms what I've been saying all along, that you need more programs in the community, not in the jail. So if you spend 8 months in the jail and you're drug-free, that decision to go back to addiction is something I have very little control for. I can control how they behave in my facility, but when they get released, I mean, that's beyond my control.
So what's the next step here? Commissioner De La Cruz had mentioned he was a little disappointed. He thought he was going to have some more information available to him. It doesn't look like they're going to make any decisions tonight. Maybe that'll come in January. We have this contract that ends. What are some of the next steps for you and your staff?
I'll work with purchasing to see what we can do to continue the program with a contract until we can get the research completed.
Okay. And then obviously the commission, as you understand it, will make a bigger policy decision.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Peter, do you have anything?
Yeah, I have a lot, but